chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like.
Thanks, Coach. A bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Chicago Bears. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. On the ready. Come on. 58. Come on. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
55, come on, guys, 55. We own it. We own it.
On third down, Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Bears take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Alert. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Kill. Hey, alert. Red, up. Hey, Charlie. No. Red, up.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Trubisky. He's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That's good for the Bears. First down.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
First down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Shut up! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! 180! I'm coming!
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 22, Trubisky going to throw deep for the end zone. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And Robinson with a big catch. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A Chicago first down. The former Jag, Allen Robinson, on the catch from Trubisky. They'll run here with Balazs. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Trubisky to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Come on, fellas.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
52. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. 52 is the mic right here, over there, right? 52 is the mic. I'm trying to collect.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He sets to fire deep. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Check 53's mic. Check 53's mic.
Trubisky will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That's taken on the 25. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check, check, check. 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well. And he's been right.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
No, 18. Hey, Haywood. Red, up. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Now it's Trubisky. He's going to look deep down the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Play. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Red, up. Check your hot read.
Here's Trubisky. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Balaj. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Get him. Show it up.
They run it with Balaj. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He's checking crowd. Watch it.
Now it's Trubisky. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the run, it's Davis. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing here, Trubisky. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 26. Trubisky now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half. But he's got a 1st down here. Now Balaj. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, keep it up, keep it up. Hatch it, hatch it. Check, 53's Mike.
Now Trubisky on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the toss, here's Balaj. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
On first down, they'll start out with Matt. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
58, Mike. I got him. 58, right over there.
On 2nd down and 4, Brissett going up top. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take the ball in the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Pretty fortunate there. The interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him to question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 16 yards is the pickup there on a first down for Chicago.
Okay, it's time for me to break out my thesaurus for that one. And I don't have anything. That was amazing. One-handed in this weather. I mean, you know the ball's got to be slick. But to be able to catch it and come down with it, what do they call that? The process of the catch? He completed it all the way through.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Again, it's Trubisky. And his throw here's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Trubisky now 6 of 17 throwing the ball, only 35%, but he does have a 1st and 10. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Record. Hey, Zoo. Alert. Check. Jim.
Trubisky to throw again. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Colts pick it up. He's at the 30, 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Now the try here for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Colts 7, Bears 3.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
What we got? Check 3.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And we'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Lock in. Here we go. Switch. 53's the mic. 53's the mic. Watch the run. They're running it. Lock in.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Alex Anzalone in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Move. 53.
They'll set up a throw. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
I'm coming after you. Hey, I need one over here. Alert. Quick. Watch safety creep. Hey, 18. Safety's creeping. Hey, watch it.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Bears, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Stop. 180. Check 53. I'm on. Hey. Move. Stop.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They snap it in 1. Now it's Trubisky. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Red, go. Check hot route.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Check 53's Mike. Quit talking about it.
3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have retaken the lead. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On play action, Brissett. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. 3rd down here. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
Check 53. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
And to give this time to the tailback. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, orbit. 53, Mike 53. Let's go, D. Let's go. Mike 53. 53, Mike. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Ran, touch.
On 2nd and 7, Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Miles Boykin with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. As the Bears push further out in front. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Man, I got you.
To throw is Brissett. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. The Colts on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Brissett. Campbell making the catch. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's going to go deep for Funchess. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Davis now. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Tight dog. Hey, ball.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Balaj. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Back. Alert. Check. 53.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time out.
Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Colts pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like, they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Hey, pick your game up.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brissett looking for Campbell downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Watch the curl. 53's a Mike. 53. Check 53. You remember me? Hey, alert. Check the backer. Alert. 53's the Mike.
Oh, Trubisky going to throw. That's caught left side by Hardman. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Complete to Washington. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Now Brissett. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
Let's go, team. Big series right here. So we got to step it up. Come on. 55, mark, 55. Here we go, here we go. Hey, check right, check right. Watch it, 55.
Here's Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Go, tackle, let's go. We got this, we got this.
Brissett looks to throw.
Here we go.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 32. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout. Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels.